How long was it fun?
Yeah, well, everything's fun off and on, you know. So I suppose it could have gone on being fun off and on, or it could have got worse, I don't know. It's just that when you grow up, you know, we don't want to be the crazy gang, which they might know over here, which is British, or the Marx Brothers, which is sort of being dragged on stage playing She Loves You when we've got, you know, asthma and tuberculosis, and when we're 50, you know. Here they are again, yesterday, all my troubles. So a long time ago I said that I didn't want to be singing She Loves You when I'm 30. I said that when I was about 25 or something, which in a roundabout way meant that I wouldn't be doing whatever I was doing then, you know, 30. Well, I was 30 last October, and that's about when my life changed, really.
And so therefore I could lift out all this garbage that was still being carried round, which was influencing the way I thought and the way I lived and all the rest of it. And then finally free myself from the mental, let's call it Beatles, or 60s or whatever it was. Yeah. So the first one was a physical escape. Yeah. The second one was a mental escape. You know, when are they coming back, and when are they going to do this, and what do you think of Paul, and what do you think of George? You know, I don't think that old gang of mine, you know, that's all over. You know, when I met Yoko is when you meet your first woman and you leave the guys at the bar and you don't go play football anymore and you don't go play snooker or billiards. Maybe some guys like to do it every Friday night or something and, you know, continue that relationship with the boys. But once I found the woman, the boys became of no interest whatsoever.
The presumption is, A, that the Beatles would get together again, or even thinking about it. B, that if they got together, John and Yoko split, Paul and Linda split, or now that we've left Klein, that the rumor now is that Paul's leaving Eastman. It just has, it's irrelevant. It's non sequitur. It doesn't have anything to do with that decision. And
but the chances of your ever performing as a group again are in no way enhanced by the present situation, are they?
Well, with or without the present situation, the chances are practically nil, although I hate to say definitely anything, because every time I make a definite statement, I change my mind. But I don't have any feeling about it, and I don't think any of the others really do. Because if any of you actually remember when we were together, everybody's talking as if it was wonderful all the time, on all the press and everybody and the people all saying how great and wonderful, but it wasn't like that at all. And imagine if they did get together, what kind of scrutiny they'd be under. Nothing could fit the dream people had of them, so forget it, you know? Yeah. It's just ludicrous, you know?
In the long run, would you consider them happy recollections?
Oh, sure, right. You know, it was a great experience at 24 or 5, whenever it was, to do all that instead of something else. I couldn't think of anything better to do besides be a fisherman. You can't see, there's no reason why we should ever play together. I mean, listen to the music. Would George have ever flourished like that if we carried on with the group? No chance. There was no room.
I thought he was working on a solo album.
Well, I suppose we could have worked together, and no, he wasn't. He worked on the solo album after the split.
You don't think you would have had the chance to?
If people need the Beatles so much, all they have to do is to buy each album and make a track out of it, and put it on tape, track by track, one of me, one of Paul, one of George, one of Ringo, if they really need it that much, because otherwise the music is just the same, only on separate albums. Instead of having the White Album or Abbey Road, where I sing a song, George sings a song, Paul sings a song, Ringo sings a song, one, like that, we make an album each. That's the only difference, and it's far better music, because we're not suppressed. In the Beatles, by the time the Beatles were at their peak, we were cutting each other down to size. We were limiting our capacity to write and perform by having to fit it into some kind of format, and that's why it caused trouble, you know.
But you don't again, you know, it's the thing that...
Well, I couldn't say no categorically on the Bible and on grapefruit, I swear. I get grapefruit in. I swear we'd never play it again under any circumstances whatsoever. I've no idea. But personally, I don't see any reason to form that group again. Paul has his new band, I have a new band, no doubt George will have a band, and Ringo will have a band. I mean, for me personally, when you listen to the Stones music, nothing's ever happened. It's the same old stuff goes on and on and on forever. I've never heard anything different from them. So I think it'd be a good scene if they broke up and made some individual music, because it's the same old rehash of the same stuff over and over again. It's like I no longer believe in myth, you know.
And Beatles is another myth, you know. I don't believe in it. The dream's over. You know, I'm not just talking about the Beatles is over, I'm talking about the generation thing. You know, the dream's over, like, it's over, you know, and we gotta, well, I have, anyway, personally gotta get down to so-called reality.
Do you miss it?
No, I don't miss it. You know, I've done it. That's enough. I'd have hated to wait all my life till I was 50, you know, to make it, as they say. We're more liable to be inclined to work together in 76 when the contract comes up. I mean, to be very commercial about it. I mean, we'd be stupid to give away anything new that we get paid now. I don't know why the hell we'd do it, but it's possible.
Would you like that to happen?
If it happens, I'll enjoy it.
Would you want to initiate that happening?
Well, I couldn't say.
If you could, I mean, is it something you would like to see yourself doing?
If I could, I don't know, Ellie, because you know me, I go on instinct, and if the idea hit me tomorrow, you know, I might call them and say, come on, let's do something. And so I couldn't really tell you. If it happens, it'll happen. You know. Again, you know. In spite of all the things, the Beatles really could play music together when they weren't uptight. And if I get a thing going, Ringo knows where to go, you know, like that. And he does what? We've played together so long that it fits, you know. I mean, that's the only thing I sometimes miss is being able to just sort of blink or make a certain noise, and I know they'll all know where we're going on an ad-lib thing. But it's I don't miss it that much, you know. Got to a position where with Ringo and George. I haven't worked with Paul because we had a more difficult time, but now we're pretty close, you know. No, my memories are now all fond and the wounds are healed, and if we do it, we do it. If we record, we record. I don't know. As long as we make music, you know.
And there's no hard feelings to any member of the group or anything?
No, nobody in particular. No. Yeah, I think it's quite possible because there'd be no reason not to. And now whether we do live performances is another matter. That's a whole ball game. But it's quite feasible that we'd make records together. Because I've worked with Ringo. I've worked with Ringo and George. The only one I haven't worked with since the breakup is Paul. And I've worked with Elton John. I've worked with Harry Nilsson. We all work with lots of other artists. So why not each other? It's quite possible. And the other question is, would it be worth it? You know, but I jammed with Paul. I did actually play with Paul. Yeah, we did a lot of stuff in LA. But there was 50 other people playing too, and they're all just watching me and Paul. You know? Well, some DJ said last night they played some Beatles stuff on the radio. I just was going across the dial, and then suddenly I heard something or other. Green Onion, Glass Onion. I don't even know my own song. So I listened to it because it was a rare track. They don't usually play it. They usually play the same 10 when they say there's going to be a Beatle weekend. You know, it's the same 10: Hard Day's Night, Help, Yesterday, Something, Let It Be. You know, there's all that wealth of material, but we only ever hear 10 songs. Mm-hmm. And he said, I want to thank John, Paul, George and Ringo for not getting back together again and spoiling a good thing. So I thought that was a sign of the times. You know, that people are catching on now.